today we're having a tour of Qube. Qube is this company that offers music studios and also different types of studios. They got videography, photography spaces, they got podcast rooms, DJ rooms, even streaming rooms, podcast rooms too. And they have a few different sites in London, and they're planning on opening, well, they are going to open a new site in Elephant and Castle starting November. And today I got a tour of the place, so this is just a quick video just showing a bit of the space off.
But it's a really good size room for podcasting and stuff, which is great.
Yeah, this one looks comfy.
Innit, man? It's really nice. I actually think it's really, really nice, and I like the vibe in here. We've got another podcast room in Canary Wharf. Well, we've got podcast rooms sort of dotted around everywhere, and I think...
Yeah, the one in Canary Wharf I've seen now.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's like, podcast is kind of the thing that we're still like iterating on a bit more. Like music studios, we feel like we kind of got it down now. Like there's not too much like variables with that we don't expect. Whereas with podcasts, there's so much shit that like just happens, and then you have to get used to it. Do you know what I mean? So this is the big content film space. This we are sort of at the minute saying has to be booked non-member-ish.
Oh, okay.
In that it's just quite expensive. So it's 70 credits an hour for this space, which obviously runs at quite a high rate.
Yeah.
It's totally bookable though. And we can find ways of doing it, so when you do want to use it, let us know and we'll basically figure out a way.
Okay. Yeah, the Infinity Cove is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. And then this floor like pulls up. So it's all like, so you can have the whole white like actual Infinity vibe, but then like you can have people walking on it all day without having to repaint it because you've got this floor that you can just like stick back down again.
Yeah.
It's like in school. Do you remember those ones in school?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. It's like that. And then yeah, we've got all that space there, and it's got its own access as well, so you can bring people through there without stuff through the match.
Okay, nice.
Then if we head back through here, so the idea is that the lounge is kind of like the central hub, and then all the different studios kind of like branch off of that.
Yeah.
So you've got all like the content kind of stuff and the offices there, and then this is the DJ room, which I don't know if you'd ever have.
Sorry. No worries, I'm just taking a couple videos.
Sorry, man.
Yours.
I ruined your content.
This is actually...
Yeah, it's really nice, isn't it?
This is a pretty cool one.
Yeah. It's the biggest DJ room we've ever made. You've got 3,000 as standard.
I do DJ a bit, so...
Great, well, yeah, so you've got this here, and then you've obviously got all the ones in Hackney, because you'll be a multi-site member.
Yeah.
There's 2 in Hackney, and there's 3 in Canary Wharf, so you've got loads of options when it comes to DJ, if you do ever need it.
Fresh equipment as well.
Yeah, I know, man. I tell you what, I've DJed my whole life. This is like £2.5 grand, £3 grand. And I was like, I will never open a box fresh set of these. Like, that would never be a thing. So when we were setting this up, I was like, it's not my job. But I was just like, I'll set up the CDJs, just so I had that moment of like opening the box and being like, fucking yeah, man. Completely fresh set.
Oh, that's cool. Because normally, like, when I go pirate and stuff, you know, the equipment is a little worn down.
A little bit run down, a little bit used, a little bit, yeah.
But it's nice to see a fresh pair.
Mate, it's so good. Like I say, I was literally like telling people that they weren't allowed to do it, so that I could have the experience of opening a box fresh set. What studios are available? I can't remember who. Right now.
One, which is the one for six here,
Yeah.
and then either side of the middle one.
So just not the middle one.
Yeah.
Wait.
Sorry. The one next to the suite. The middle one from the one 5 and 4.
You got that?
Oh.
Yes. So, thank you. Easy. So we've got 3 different studio sizes here.
Yeah.
This is a small. So this is a small, which is still a decent size to be honest. you'll recognise the setup from the other sites and stuff. You'll recognise the setup, like all of the equipment is essentially the same, and it's really good for our sort of, you know, members that are used to. Yeah, exactly, man. You're not like spending the first half hour of your session figuring out how to use the fucking thing. Yeah, all of that sort of shit. Like, you come in and get the stuff done, basically.
And how much per hour would this one be?
So this is 10 credits an hour.
Okay.
Which is good.
Yeah, pretty
You're
good.
gonna leave some fucking reading around. All of that. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
I've got no idea how they work, but in my head it was like I'd have to like tap it on a thing and it would give special powers or some shit. I don't know. It smells good.
Yeah.
So this is a medium. You got slightly bigger monitors is the only difference, and obviously bigger space to play with. But all the equipment is essentially the same.
Okay.
Which is grand. And then, so do you do vocals? Yeah, do you do vocals? Or do you record other people's vocals?
Both.
Wicked. Let me show you the vocal proof.
Nice.
So even though we've got a smaller amount of studios on this site, so you'll see a lot. Obviously, with the other sites, we've got like
A fair amount.
10, 15 different studios per site. With this one, even though we reduced the amount, we still wanted to make sure we have one with a vocal booth. And this is the big one. I haven't seen this since it was finished.
Oh, damn.
So you got vocal booth in there. You got some natural light as well, which is fucking crazy for a studio in London, really.
And this is two-way glass.
No, I think people can see in actually, but we're gonna get a little blind to pull down and shit.
Okay.
So.
It's not too bad.
No, and you know what? It's such a small window, and that bit doesn't get much footfall, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem.
Sorry if we're in your way. It doesn't get that much footfall, so that's totally fine.
And this time you got the short mics.
So we've got short mics, yeah, so we've got them in Hackney. So if you go to any of our production rooms in Hackney, they're in all the rooms along with the TLM. We do have more. I don't know whether we're saving them for we might be saving them for the podcast room.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we're going to have one in here for I was about to say for sure, for definite. And then we've got the TLM in here as well. So you can kind of use either in this room.
Okay.
But again, all the other equipment is pretty much the same.
Can we go in there?
Yeah, mate, go for it, do your thing.
Thanks. Oh, wow. Very cozy in here. Got inputs, got outputs. Yeah, this V here is pretty nice. Okay. And how many credits per hour is this one looking like?
15.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, man, we've kept it really low, like, because obviously Studio 1 in East is like 40. Whereas with this one, we were like, you know what? If we're having slightly less rooms, and we want to give a vocal booth, like, we can't really make it like crazy amount of credits. Like, we want to make sure that people can still book in quite regularly. So basically small is 10, medium's 12, this room's 15.
Okay.
So they all sort of float around that amount. Have you got any questions at all about anything?
Nah, setup's looking quite familiar.
You're obviously familiar with like how the credits and the membership work and all that sort of stuff as well, which is great. But yeah, I think it's just about, you know, like, we'll obviously be in touch really soon to be like, do you want to go for it? Just having to think about what tier of membership you want to go on as well. Do you know what you might be going for?
I'm on the foundation tier. That's the.
So you can do that. So the founding tier, you can do one, and it's basically an add-on to our existing tiers. So you still have to pick like house, solo, whatever.
Okay.
But then basically 30% is applied on top of whatever one you choose out of those.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
But start with house, maybe see how you get on, and then.
Was that the multi-site one?
Yeah. So you get multi-site.
Okay,
so basically, so basically, founding member is basically someone that joins Elephant between now and Christmas. I think we're doing it or something like that. But you still have our membership tiers of like house, solo, pro, all that sort of stuff. but you pick one of those, and then it's like a founding house member. So you get house, but you get 30% extra credits on top of that, and multi-site. But your base is a house thing. So after those 3 months, it goes back to just normal house.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the one I was looking at.
Yeah. I think that makes the most sense for a lot of people, just like getting back into it, sort of thing.
Just got back from the space now, almost done editing this video, and it looks good. Can't wait to go film some content there. Yeah, and get some music going. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, follow me on Instagram.